In this lesson, we go ahead and redo our face topology with ZRemesher. So, first things first, this is what I did off screen. As you can see, I did a few adjustments on the model, just went ahead and re-refined the lips and, did a little bit of work to just the eyes here. And as you can see, it's all looking pretty good. So, first things first, what we want to do is maintain this subtool so that we can reproject details later. And to do that, we will just go ahead and duplicate it. So there we go. Now, make sure you turn all the other subtools off. And let's go ahead and with the ZRemesher here, open up the ZRemesher guide. So let's click in the snake hook tool just to replace it, and we'll hit OK. And now what I want to do is just construct the lines of topology for our face. Now, we're not going to be animating this, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. But let's go ahead and add one loop here to the lips. And let's add an outer loop to the lips as well. Then, well, let's go ahead and undo that. Let's add a loop that goes from the nostril to the chin here, just middle of the nostril, or middle of the nose, sorry, down to the chin here. Let's go ahead and add a loop for the eyes. And here we might do two. This doesn't look very good, so let's redo that. Nope. Let's go ahead and redo that again. It's a little bit finicky. Let's go ahead and make a second one here, if we can match it. There we go. And, well, I think we can connect this towards the middle here and not have too much of a problem. Although we might want to, take a little bit more care here and just maybe connect this in here. And it might make an N-gon there. So, well, all right, tell you what. I think if we redo this inner one here and then redraw it towards the middle, I think we'll be doing pretty good. I want to add a line in the middle because ZBrush sometimes does not understand that the middle of the model does not need a star, so it adds an N-gon to the middle. We'll just do the chin here, we'll continue the chin down, and sometimes it's good to tell ZBrush to go down from the mouth to the neck in a specific direction. Sometimes it really doesn't know what it's doing, so I'll just go straight, as you can see here. We can probably add a little bit of detail here to the ear. I'll just sort of add a supporting loop on the outside there. And then I'll do the temporal line, and then I'll do the ridges here. So since ZRemeshing is going to be a fairly time-consuming process, I'll go ahead and skip ahead here when we're done to the reprojecting phase, just so you guys are aware. Let's go ahead and I'll pause the video and then come back. And I'm just filling in here the neck, the clavicles, all that stuff. So this looks pretty good, I think. I think we don't need anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to 35. Oops. Not sure what happened there. Let's go ahead and turn that back on. For some reason, I deselected that. Make sure we have the right subtool selected. Let's go ahead and put the target polygon count at 35. And I'll just pause it here, or 25, sorry. I'll just pause it here and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So here we go. It's a fairly decent looking topology. Definitely, good for us. Looks good. We have, some weirdness on the mouth there, but, it's okay. It's not too shabby. It's definitely usable for what we need. Obviously, if you were going to do this for animation, you'd have to make this by hand, but, not the case for us. So, reprojecting. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I have the top subtool visible and the bottom subtool selected. And what I want to show you is we're going to have some projection errors because our model, our new topology is symmetrical, but our model isn't. So when you project an symmetrical model to an asymmetrical one, you end up having a problem. So you want to adjust your search distance, but you also want to move your model so that you have easier work cleaning it up. I mean, you know you have asymmetry, so you might as well already add it. And then you sort of make ZBrush's work easier. So you can see here, I'm going to move in the eye up, and this one down a little bit here, just so everything sort of looks good. You generally have projection issues on the insides of the eyes and usually in the ears, like the ear hole itself. So I'm going to make sure that the distance is set to default, 0.02. And remember, the top subtool is visible, the bottom one is selected. That's how you get projections to work. And remember, you want to sort of equalize the polygon count. So see how many polygons you have on the top subtool and project the underneath one until you match that polygon count. Then you go up one level on the top subtool, and then you divide the bottom one. As you can see here, I'm going to subdivision 3 on my bottom subtool, and my top one is definitely going to be helping us out with the detailing. So as you can see, we're almost not losing that much right now, but I think we can still punch this up a little bit. As you can see, there's some errors there. And we can go ahead and delete this top subtool now. And it's time for us to fix things. So let's go ahead and fix these projection errors. And just, overall, since we have such a better mesh to work with, you'll see that fixing this is so easy. If you have a little pinch like this, if you go down on subdivisions, it's easier to fix it. Just make sure that you go back up and down to see if it doesn't come back. Sometimes it comes back in the higher subdivisions, and it really gives you a little bit of trouble. But as you can see, I'm just kind of connecting this lower lid here to that corner of the eye. I'm going to go ahead and smooth out the ear here. It may look like a disaster. It really isn't. Just make sure to go down some subdivisions and just smooth it all out. We'll go ahead and re-sculpt this ear here. It's not going to be that much trouble. And as you can see, it's not that much of a worry. But remember, if you go up a subdivision, it might come back. So let's go ahead and do that and see you have to smooth it again. But overall, it's much easier work now that you've done it on the lower subdivisions where it was really displaced and stuff. But let's just go ahead and make sure that we have nothing else here that's really problematic. And it doesn't look like we do. The nostrils can be smooth, I guess. But our eyes look good. Our lips look nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't see too many problems. So you can see that right now it's much easier to clean this up and re-add some of these details. In fact, adding some of these details were pretty difficult in the previous mesh, so now it's going to be even easier. So anyway, that's more like it. Let's smooth out this right eye now. And just, making sure that we have no noise or any, excess particles and stuff on our nose. And because generally you can project higher subdivision stuff. It just becomes detail when it's not supposed to. So adjusting the lip here, making sure I have a nice meaty lip. And yeah, I mean, this looks pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and stop here, guys. And in the next lesson, we'll start refining some of this sculpt. I'll see you guys there.